So you're resuming school. Here's what you need to know. By the way, that's my beans boiling in the background. I don't know why I thought that would be a good intro, but you're gonna watch me boil some beans for my meal prep and give you tips on what you need to know on resuming in September, especially January actually, because it's way colder at the time. But here are about 10 tips for people resuming school. Okay, first things first. I know you guys are probably seeing this all over social media. You need to sort your accommodation because it's a living crisis everywhere. I don't know the city you're going to go through right now that is not really expensive to go through, except if to get a house, except if you're willing to pay ridiculously high amounts, and I'm saying ridiculously high amounts, or you don't mind staying at Airbnb for a month or two. House situation is just chaotic everywhere, so make sure you have a house, or you have somewhere you can stay. You've booked somewhere for at least a month or two before you board your plane here. Otherwise, even being on ground does not help anymore because there's just no house. So please sort your house thing. Number two, don't spend all your money. I know that sounds somehow, and to be honest, when I got that advice when I came, I used to be like, oh, your business, mind your business, you don't even know what I'm spending or anything. But yeah, I'm not saying don't spend money. I'm an advocate of spending money, but don't spend all your money. If you have a large chunk of money, your taste will change. Don't just rush and start buying things. Your taste will change. The things you need would also significantly be different. I don't know what's on my cooker. But what was I saying? Don't just spend all the money you have. So let's presume you have let's say £4,000. Presumably, you might not have that, or you may have more, but you have £4,000. Buy a few things for your house and settle in properly, and then plan properly what you want in your house. I don't know why that is making that noise, but plan the things that you want in your house. Don't just go to IKEA, buy plenty of things, because that's what I did, and there are some things that I bought and I've not even used, and they're just there, and there are things that I actually now need now, like a shoe rack, and I'm being a la Roro, cheapskate to buy is because it's just too pricey for me now. It's all I spend £40 on a shoe rack. I mean, I spend £40 on food, but no. So get to know the things you actually need and buy that, and don't spend all your money on things you don't necessarily need. Okay, thirdly, register with a GP immediately you get here. You don't know if you might have an emergency or anything, just register with a GP. Fun fact, it's difficult to say GP anyways or anything, but do that and get it out of the way, so that in case you have an emergency or something happens, or you just need to go to the clinic, you can do that ASAP. So also, one thing I want to say is if you can get actual correct winter jackets in Nigeria, please do, or wherever you're coming from. If you feel because the pricing is really expensive here, you can get really cheaper ones, but personally I don't think the really cheaper ones do the work as much. Yeah, it's really pricey. To get a really good winter jacket, you'll be spending upward of £150, and that's kind of a lot of money if you convert it to naira, especially if you've made your money in naira and you have to spend it here. Or on the flip side as well, you don't want to buy jackets from Nigeria that will not be useful. So if you feel it's not you need it very thick, you need a puffer. So don't what's the word? Just make sure you buy something good. Now, if you're here already and you feel you've already bought a jacket and you can see how cold it is really cold. It's just fall. I have a cold. I'm going to the pharmacy now to buy flu meds because it's just 2 days into, is it fall or autumn? I don't know, but it's just 2 days into the thing and the weather has changed significantly. It's so cold. My nose is runny, I'm tired, I'm annoyed. 0/10, I would actually not recommend. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, the winter jacket thing. If you're here already and you need to buy winter jackets, go buy go to a thrift store. Why am I stuttering today? It's been a while I've done one of this up close camera thing in my face, so I'm just doing even though I have post-it notes. I don't know what's going on, but anyways, that's not the point. So go to a thrift store. There's the British Heart Foundation. There's bunch of thrift stores. Don't buy rubbish though. Don't buy overly worn out stuff because you're trying to save money. No, you need something quality. So for as low as £30-40, let me go and bring the one I bought for £30 and it's really good. Although the other one I have when I got here was £270 at the time. So that was a year ago, a couple of months ago, 9 months ago. And what's the word, like 9 months ago, and I will still reuse that for the year, but I knew I needed an extra one because at that time I wasn't going out as much in the winter, but now because my classes were online, but now I'm going to classes and all, so I need an extra puffer. Let me just pause this and bring the puffer that I bought for like £30 from a thrift store. So this is it. Like, it's really huge. It even has like fine logo and all that jazz. It's really huge. It's puffy. It looks nice. It will really work, and it's really thick on the inside as well. Like, yeah, really thick. For comparison, this is what I bought for like £270. Not Face Day for you if you get money, but this one I bought for £270 when I first came, and this was when I bought the whole of it last year. I even need to wash it because it's very dirty and I've never washed it before. But yeah, this also does the work. It's really good. It's really puffy. But I'm just saying, like, you can get something really good from a thrift store for like really cheap. This was £30. Let me even show you other things I bought from that thrift store, just for context of like, you can get really good stuff at the thrift store if you are short on cash. But if you are not, designer day for you, don't worry. Just come calmly chilled and go and buy your things in like super dry, or like even H&M has really nice things, or like actual designer brands, Not Face as well. So yeah, I know this is not a haul vlog, but like I got this for £10 from that same thrift store, and it's like a coated thing. If I wear, let me even wear it for you guys. If I like, I got it for £10. If I wear like round neck, everything inside, now look at me now. Well, you get the point. You can get really cheap things from thrift stores, so don't spend all your money on like extravagant things if you're short on cash. I keep saying if you're short on cash because, to be honest, when I kept on getting this advice, I used to be like, what's your business? Do you know how much is in my pocket? Not because I had plenty of money, but I just felt like the money was not like significant. But eventually it sums up, and actually, because you're a student, you might not be making any money. But if you're making money, please spend the money. You still need to save money as well, to be honest, but like still you can get to like spend the money how you like because you're making some income. Okay, end of topic. Okay, I'm back to sitting, but I just also wanted to add that like you also need to forget your slippers, everything right now. You need sneakers, you need boots, you need to protect your feet. If you're coming to like Scotland, please, I beg you, buy boots if you can. Boots can get uncomfortable, so buy sneakers, but you don't want sneakers that have net. Let me show again for context. Rainy all the time, so you don't want something that has net like this. This is good, but it's good for summer times when it's not raining. Look at the net, it's even very dirty, but like look at this guy, it's solid. This one even still has some holes. I have some other ones that like they don't have that space. You need something that covers your toes, because if you're someone like me that gets cold from the extremities, it's a horrible feeling if your toe is like getting really cold and frozen and you're outside and you have to walk some distance. No, it's just a mess. So get ready for winter before you come here, or have a plan on what you're buying before you even come, so you can check like websites, ASOS, everything, buy the discounts and order it down, or like order it to your friend's place or something before you get here, because I'm telling you, it's already September. The weather is already getting very cold. January will be worse if you're coming in January, so don't come like me. I came, I was very cold for a couple of days. No, don't do that to yourself. It's still on this weather thing because I feel like I'm being dramatic, but don't be like me. Always check the weather before you head out. Like, and even when you check the weather, like don't check the weather of now. So let's say you go out, it tells you, oh, 23 degrees sunny. Check when the 23 degree is, because it might drop down later in the day and it might rain. There might be chances of rain. I've not checked it, so plan your days accordingly, because here the bus system like requires you to walk certain distances. Sometimes even if the bus station is not far from you, you have to walk somehow somewhere. So like just prepare, get ready for winter seriously before you get here. Another thing for my Nigerian people is don't limit your palate to Nigerian food only. I always say to my friends that I'm jealous of you. You still be like proper Nigerian, and I guess maybe for some people that's their like connection to like home and all that jazz. Why is this thing out of focus on my face? I guess it's their connection to home and all that. But at the same time, Nigerian food is kind of expensive. Like going to Nigerian store every time, it's kind of pricey. Like open your palate. There's like a lot of stuff to eat. Maybe not a lot, because but like there's a lot of stuff from other countries. Even like I have a lot of Indian friends. I don't eat a lot of their food, but like I do incorporate some of their meals into mine. Like, and I also meal prep, like buy in bulk and cook and then put it in the fridge, so you don't have to keep buying fresh produce all the time. All of this is honestly just to save money, because like, if I've said it in my former vlog, if you're not making money, it feels weird when you start to run out of money. So you want to try as much as possible to not run out of money as quickly, and you want to already get like a replacement for your money they are spending before you can comfortably spend enough money. But if you're like a trust fund baby, or like your parents send you money, please don't worry, just leave, like try to like experience the country the way you would like. That's absolutely fine. But like if you probably don't have a lot of money, you should probably like take these tips. Yep. Okay, so also like care job is not the only job available. Like, yes, I get it, it's like one of the main things. I get it, it's one of the main jobs you can easily get. It's like quick, fast, easy, everything. But if you're somebody like that can't even do it, maybe it's physically tedious, like it's physically straining. It's like, I've never done a care shift, but like I have friends that do it, and I know how hectic it is for them every day. It's physically draining. You are on your feet a lot. You are helping people. Like, you have to be physically fit, literally, to do this thing. Otherwise, like, it's going to be hellish for you. There are other jobs. It might take a while to find, but there are other things. Some of them might also be hectic. You can see like all these warehouse administrator, Amazon jobs. Those ones, they're also, to be honest, kind of physically draining. I'm if you've been following my vlogs, I moved from that kitchen potter role to working at Primark, and I work at Primark like for nights, and I did it for like a while, and I quit. I'm unemployed again, by the way, but like that's another thing I wanted to say. If you don't like a job, quit. You find another one. However, if you do need the source of income, please find another one before you quit. But like, if you don't like a job, don't stay there for too long. You find other opportunities. But if you keep staying there and it keeps draining you, you would literally not even have enough time to find other opportunities. And there's a lot of opportunities depending on where you are at. I think a lot of cities are getting saturated right now, so like you might not be able to get opportunities as easily as you would have. But yeah, just don't stick at a bad job, or maybe someone is paying you way less, or maybe they say, oh, come and work for me over 20 hours and then I'll pay you in cash or anything, but then the cash should be like £7 per hour instead of the minimum wage. You know, they're trying to rip you off because they know you're working overtime. Don't take deals like that. They first of all compromise your visa, and secondly, they're quite risky, because what if they don't pay you? There's nothing you're going to do about it, because you can't report to anybody. They can even threaten you and say, oh, you worked overtime, so like I can report you to the UK government and all that jazz. And you know, it's just not a mess you want to put yourself into. I really understand the fact that people need a lot of money, especially people that have just paid part of their school fees, and then they need to like hustle to make the rest of the money. That's understandable, but at the same time, don't take really bad deals or stick there because you feel like you need the money. Okay, so that's the end of that point. Like, don't just quit. Like, if you find that this job is draining you out, all that jazz, and you have enough money to sustain yourself for about a month or two, just quit and use that time to find something else. By the way, I'm looking for a job, so if anyone of you has a job, connect from the content creator or like social media manager. Shout out to your girl. Thank you. I think this is a final point, and is mostly for like people that like maybe you're bringing your family or something, and maybe they say, oh, council house, this cheaper, something. The point is, you're not supposed to have access to public funds. And in fact, aside just public funds, understand, like, read your visa terms and conditions. Understand the things that break those rules, because you know, in law, it's like you can't say I don't know. It's not an excuse. Like, monitor the things that violate your visa conditions, yeah, and then like ensure that like you're not violating these conditions. Just be sure, because like if you say, oh, okay, you're taking this thing, this freebie, you collect this money, you know, these discounts, this subsidy, blah 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 blah, and it helps you in the meanwhile. But in the long run, if you're planning to stay in the UK, this is also another conversation. If you're not planning to stay in the UK, that's also good. But yeah, like if you're planning to stay in the UK and all that jazz, and then it turns out you sort of violated your visa because you did not know, it's quite sad and unfortunate, but like that's just how it is. And then that's the end of like your journey, which is really sad, because you've invested so much time and so much money into coming out of the country, like out of Nigeria now, coming into the the UK. So like try to monitor the things, like read your visa documents back to back, know the things that are violated, know the terms and conditions that they're giving you. I want to believe that different nationalities will be different. So like you might not like have different nationalities will be different. So like you might not the conditions for me as a Nigerian might not be the same conditions for Indians. I am not sure, but like just ensure that yours, you monitor it and you know what's up with your terms and conditions that violate your visa. Okay, on a final note, I think in terms of money again, because everything's just money, but like on a final note, because I want this video to not be too long, on a final note, I want to talk about shopping. So when you're shopping here, because when I first came, my friends even used to laugh at me, shopping at Sainsbury's, and I'm like, yeah, I like the stuff they have, it's nice, everything, because I didn't like Lidl personally. I don't know, I feel like they just sell, I don't want to call it counterfeit stuff, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Lidl personally. But Aldi is really good, and they sell really cheap things compared to Sainsbury's, like about the same price, like about the same quality of things, and you can get them in Aldi for lesser. I think Asta is really good as well, but Asta is mostly not located in like the central, so you have to travel down. So if you have like a large fridge, that will be beneficial for you to go stock up from Asda and then bring things home, and then you're set for like a month or like about 2 to 3 weeks. So the point is, like when you're shopping, shop from like places that give you a great value for your money. Also, like you want to split your shopping into two. So what I do is I shop for cleaning products separately, and I shop for cooking stuff separately. And I'll say this first: it's difficult to carry groceries everywhere, especially when you are like living alone, anything, like it's just you. I don't know if you've seen that granny trolley. That's what a lot of people eventually buy to carry their groceries, because it's like really heavy, and then if you take the bus, everything, you might have to add Uber money to your grocery trip. Because if you go and buy stuff in bulk, and eventually you have like 2 large bag of things, carrying it is always ridiculously heavy, and taking Ubers can be kind of pricey. So you want to split it into two. Now also, splitting into two enables me to shop in different places. So there are companies like Savers, I'll attach a picture here, and I think Poundland. Both of them are awesome for cleaning products. I wouldn't buy food from there because I don't know how they get cheap food, so I don't trust that. I'm sorry. But in terms of cleaning products, your Harpic, your dishwashers, your like everything you need to clean, you know, the house, like window cleaners, like dusters, like just cleaning stuff, and even storage containers as well. Let's say you want to bulk cook as well, you can get this from Poundland, you can get this from Saver. Toilet rolls, kitchen rolls, wipes, like, you know, these handy things, you can get them from Savers or Poundland. But the food, they also have some like food things, but personally I'm like a bit worried against that because I don't know how they got cheap food, like I said. So yeah, but then if you if you now want to shop for food, now depending on your palate, depending on what you want to eat, there's, for the Indians, they have like all these stores that even Nigerians as well, my friends go to some Indian store, and they have like all the things that they need, and they have, and they buy them in bulk. I barely go to Nigeria store, to be honest, because me, I just eat everything and anything. I'm a picky eater, but not too picky. So like, there's a fine balance. So I like try stuff, I eat stuff, I don't care. So yeah, I barely go to the Nigerian store, but you can then go to the Nigerian store to buy some food items. Ensure you're buying only, so like tomatoes, now don't buy tomato from Nigerian store because it's the same thing. Buy tomato from Aldi, because that will be ATP. But like if you're buying tomato from Nigerian store, it can be way pricier because they have to be weighing it, everything, because it's imported and all that. It's tomatoes, just buy. So you get like buy the things that you cannot get from typical stores in Nigerian stores. So like maybe your fish, your hard chicken, those kind of things are the things you should get from Nigerian store. Then combine it with other things from the typical stores, Aldi, Lidl, if you buy from Lidl, Lidl, Sainsbury's even, and then like sure you get, and then what's the word? Combine those things such that the amount you spend on groceries will be reduced. Now finally, if you like boxed up, there's like really high-end stores, like what's the name of this store? I don't remember. I'll link it, like I'll put it as an image if I can find it, but they have really nice things. I stayed opposite there in one Airbnb I stayed when I didn't have a house when I was coming. Like, oh my god, they have really fancy things. Like, you just see packed food, oh, but yeah, really nice and fancy. And even their frozen stuff is nice. It just really makes life easier for you to buy frozen things. Oh, also save time on cooking by buying meal prep things. Like, they have chopped carrots. Don't be stressing yourself and cutting carrots. They've chopped it already. You just buy that one instead. Like, there's the chef base mix. There's like a lot of stuff that you can buy that are already pre-cut or pre-prepared that makes your cooking time easier. Okay, I keep saying last one, but actually final last one, because I had a paper. Wait. I had a paper that I think I've misplaced, that I had some tips on. I said it. I had one left. Okay, so that was supposed to be the last tips, but I'll just quickly run through this. First one is take school seriously immediately, especially if you're coming for school. If you're coming for work, you can still ease in, but if you're coming for school, take school seriously immediately. Things tend to pile up. Your deadlines will be close to each other. Do not wait. Do not wait and like say, oh, you have like 1 month free or something. No, your deadline is going to be soon. Like, depending on how you run your course, my course is running in a way where we have 4 weeks of classes. Your deadline is like in like 3 weeks after, but you're running another class at the week concurrently with the next like deadline that you have. It's insane. I have like about 4 deadlines in this month. Like, I even had 5. Our course representatives had to go and appease our course administrator. I'm like, hi Natalie, please give us an extension. And then she gave us an extension, a 1 month extension on one of the courses that she knew was really intense. So yeah, what was I saying? Take school seriously immediately. Like, you can certainly know. I'm not saying you don't party, don't enjoy, because if you've been following me for a while, that January I was everywhere. I was experiencing things. Yes, I'm not saying don't do that, which brings me to my next point. Plan enjoyment. Enjoy. Explore the city. You are in somewhere new, and you are most likely sad from like leaving your home and everything, because living is not that hard. Settling in might be hard, but at the same time, experience the things. Go for your student union occasions. Go for everything. Like, if they say there's freshers week, go. If they say there's freshers night, go. If they say like go, because you literally have nothing to do. You paid so much to be here. Just go for it. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Like, do everything you need to do, but don't forget that it's school you came here to do actually. So like, give it a bit of attention as well, because you need to have good grades and you need to like get a better job. Not necessarily depending on the field that you're in, but like at the same time, you spend so much money. The minimum you're spending on school fees is like 12k or 13k. Get a good degree now, guy. Don't waste the money. Like, even if it's a means to an end, but you paid 13k, so you can as well get a good degree with it. Okay, listen to me. But like, at the same time, please plan enjoyment. Do not just get caught up in like the hustle life, the hustle culture. Like, oh, I have to make so much money. I have to make this amount of money. I have to make this amount of money. I need this, that. Yes, those are valid. But at the same time, don't let that be your entire life. Okay? Plan how you work. Have a schedule for your work. Get a job. Do the work. Work on school. And then plan enjoyment as well. Make as much friends as you can. Like, mix with the people. Experience the culture. Travel if you can afford it. Like, you can go anywhere in the UK. So, travel if you can afford it. In fact, if you can't afford it, plan to travel. Like, me and my friend, we are going to see in October by God's grace, and we've been planning this for like 3 months. Literally, like, we first of all started saving £10 per week, because with now money, started saving £10 per week to be able to afford the Airbnb that we're going to stay. And then we're going to increase it. Last month we increased it to 20 per week, because we're like, okay, we need money to spend on the food, and like we're cutting down on some other things in our expenses to be able to save 20 per week. But yeah, like, just plan it. Like, it's doable. Like, literally, one of my other friends, she's coming to the UK soon, and we're having a conversation on how we want to do Euro tour next year. And like, she just said she was she's like an over planner. So I'm like, I want to be part of the plan as well. Let's plan it. Like, I don't have the money right now. I don't have 3k or whatever, but I can save up. We can find a way to make it work. I can do as much work as I need to do to make it work. Point is, plan enjoyment. Don't get caught up in the I have to work. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. I think last one is that seasonal depression is not a myth. Stock up on vitamin D, stock up on everything you need to do, things that will boost your serotonin levels. Like, if you have hobbies that you are really interested in, just keep on doing those things, because like, and then try to find a routine for like winter, because it gets really sad and depressing, like not even from like maybe because you're a depressed person, but because everything is so gloomy, the weather is so gloomy all the time. You just feel cooped up. If you now live alone like me, it's like, I'm just in my house, I don't know anybody, it's even too cold to go outside. Do you want to take a walk? Oh, you want to take a walk up, it's very freezing outside, you know. So it's like, so they meet, stock up on vitamin D, so that like your I don't know that thing that vitamin D helps you with, but medical expert insert it here. Sure, I'll ask some of my medical friends, but I know vitamin D really helps you like boost your mood and all that jazz. Like, find things that you know that will give you high serotonin. If you're like a gym person, keep going to the gym, keep working out, keep doing the things you need to do. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of winter, I'm not a huge fan of cold. It's already just 2 days into the weather change, and like my nose is runny, I'm not feeling great already, and it's not ridiculously cold yet. So just imagine how suffering I'll be going through when it becomes ridiculously cold. So yeah, just like, don't it's not a meet, just get ready for it. If you're feeling too down, if you see that you're already feeling too down, it's not because life is dealing with you or you just suddenly became depressed. Literally, the environment is kind of depressing because of the kind of weather it is, and especially because you're not used to it. We didn't particularly have a fully winter season here. Like, it gets dark as early as 4 p.m. in Glasgow, like, and then daylight starts by like 7 a.m. sometimes. So you only have between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. You know, before you even get yourself, you know, the day shutting down. Everything just feels weird. Studying might even become harder. So like, just try your best to not like get cooped up in the whole seasonal depression thing. And yeah, we shall survive this. Let's go. Okay, welcome to the UK. If you're here already, if you're on your way, congratulations. I think that's about it. Like and subscribe, watch my former vlog, my Dubai vlog. You guys are not watching it as much, and I spent so much time editing that thing and like recording all the content that I did in Dubai, but you guys are not watching it, and I'm sad. So please watch my Dubai vlog, I beg in the name of God. Thank you. Also share this to a friend that you know might need it. Thank you so much. Let me go and buy drugs now, because my throat is actually start paining me. Like, I even have sores on my tongue. I wish I could show you guys, but yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the weather change at all, and I'm absolutely not looking forward to it. Bye, loves.